Hi there, welcome to our two-player walkthrough of Jungle Dash. I'm going to start this game by being the black meeple.
And I'm going to be the red meeple.
Okay, so we're going to start by rolling the dice to see who goes first. So I have 0 feet icons here.
And I got 3.
Alright, so you get to place your token first on the start space.
Okay, so looking at the spaces right now, path is the easiest, bridge is the next easiest, followed by mud, and then lastly are the swamp space as well as the jungle space. If I do start behind the jungle space or a swamp space, I do start with an extra card, so that is something to consider. However, that being said, I'm gonna go behind the easiest space.
Okay, I get a place next. I can go anywhere other than the place where another meeple is. So I'm going to go on this bridge space behind that one, and then we'll get the game started. So I placed my token last, so I get to go first here. There's 3 feet. I'm going to push my luck and see if I can get another one. I got 4. So with 4 feet, I get to move forward 1, and I get to draw a card.
And since I am in last place, I get to flip this tile here and reorient it however I wish. So obviously, because this is a competitive game, I'm going to give him the hardest obstacle in front of him.
Okay, and that ends my turn.
All right, just gonna have a quick look at my cards here. I suppose I can show you here. I've got a dash, a guided tour, and a trample. I'm not gonna use those at the moment, but I'm just gonna keep them in my mind. So I got 2 dice. With that, I can choose to either take a card or continue rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling. I got 5, wow, okay. So that is 2 movements as well as take a card. So first I move forward 1, the card gets flipped.
So since we're now tied for last, since my turn will be after hers, I get to reveal the card and flip it there, and I'm gonna put a swamp in front of her.
Okay, so then with my second movement, I'm going to choose to actually go sideways. Once a token gets placed in the mud, place it on its face so that you know the next time you're rolling, you only get to roll the dice once. I also get to draw a card from my roll of 5 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my cards here. So I have a machete, which begrets the jungle, butterfly lets me roll again, trample lets push someone back, and a vine swing. So I could use a vine swing to move myself forward, but I'm gonna roll first and just to kind of see what I get as an option. I'm rolling the dice. So I have 1 foot. Push my luck and go again. Can't do anything with 1, so 2 here I could get a card, but I'm gonna keep going because I have that vine swing that'll help me. 3. Let's go 1 more. I would need a 5 to be able to jump over this completely. 4. Let's risk it here. Oh no, so I don't get anything, so I lose all my dice there. But I am going to play a vine swing. Discard this card here. Now lets me move my token forward any space, so I'm going to go to this mud space here.
And now that I'm in last again, this gets reoriented, and I'm gonna give him another swamp. All right, and also because you had the failed roll there, you flip over your track tile to the 1 position. Perfect. So that's only half a foot at this point. He can't do anything with it, but on another failed roll, then he'll be at the 2 point, which will give him 1 foot that he can use for a future turn. All right, over to me. So since I am face down in the mud right now, I'm actually going to play dash. So I move forward or any direction I want. It puts me in more mud, so that doesn't really help too much, but I'm a little bit closer.
I'm just going to play even more swamp.
This is a very swampy game. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice. I have 2. I can't roll them again because I am in the mud, so I stand up, but I do get a card from that.
Okay, now over to my turn. So I'm in the same situation. I get 1 roll here because I'm in the mud. 2 as well. I stand up and I get a card. And I'm going to look at my cards if there's anything I want to play to help me. Not really, so I'm just going to stay with that.
Okay, back to me. First, I've got a bridge, which will help me go over that swamp, so I'm going to play that there. And I'm going to roll the dice. I got 3. I could push my luck for a 4 to try to do 1 movement and take a card, but I'm just gonna play it safe. Move forward. Now that this row has a card here and is about to be flipped, it goes to the player in last place, which is Steve. This then gets flipped and reoriented by Steve. He's probably gonna want to put the jungle in front of me. All right, over to you.
Okay, I'm still surrounded by swamp here, so I gotta roll first. Nothing. So I rolled 5 blanks, which sounds bad, but I actually, with that, you get to reorient any revealed tile. So this actually works out very well for me. I get to rotate that bridge, so it's now in front of me, and I get a track tile point. So at future roll, I could cash this in for 1 point, 1 foot icon there. And that's my turn.
All right, back to me. I have 2 tramples and a guided tour, neither of which are particularly helpful for me. The guided tour you have to play if you're, or you can only play if you're not in the lead or tied for the lead, so I can't use that right now. And trample just moves an opponent's player back. I'm already in the lead, so I feel like I don't need to play that at the moment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll the dice. I got 1, can't do anything with that, so I'm going to keep rolling. I have 3. In this situation, because there's a jungle in front of me, the only thing I can either do is take a card and hope that I get a machete or a vine swing or a detour, or I could roll for 5, which will let me to jump sideways off of that bridge. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a card.
Okay, back to my turn here. So I'm gonna roll. I have 1 icon. Can't do anything with 1. I gotta roll again. 3. I'm gonna push my luck. I'm a bit daring. I want more cards. I can have up to 6 cards at a time. I've got 5, so I can still hold another one. There's 4. And what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna use my track tile here, spend my 2 points to turn that into a 5. So I get to go forward 1. That tile gets revealed.
And since we're now tied, I get to choose how it's oriented. Not too bad, but I'm gonna put mud in front of him.
I gotta go forward again. Next tile gets revealed.
And this time it's a jungle. All right.
But I also get a card after that. So I'm at 6 cards now, so I'm at my max. I'm gonna have to start playing stuff soon. To go my next turn.
Okay, I'm going to play a card called Shortcut. So swap your tile with the revealed tile in the next row. Tokens move with their tiles. I've got 2 options here. I can either swap with this tile in front of me, and I don't know what's going to be here, or I can swap with Steve's tile. It moves him back, which is definitely an advantage. However, then I'm still stuck behind a jungle, and I don't have a card to help me get out of that right now. So I'm actually going to be nice, and I'm just going to flip with the one in front of me. This then gets revealed. Steve chooses the orientation. He's probably going to want to put mud in front of me, so we're going to go with that. And actually, I do get to roll still. Got 1, 2. I could take a card with that, but I'm going to keep going because I want to move forward. Got 3. You know what? I'd like some cards, so I'm going to risk it as well. Did not work out for me, so I just get my track point, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm in the mud here, so I only get to roll these once if I get anything. Just 1, so that's a nothing for me. That's a fail. Flip that over. And now I get to stand up. Next turn, I'll be able to roll a few more.
All right. I got 1 foot there. Can't do anything, so I have to roll again. Nothing. So just moving my track tile point, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, back to me. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna actually play a machete here, kind of mid-turn. That covers up the jungle space, turning it into a path. I can take my 3 feet icon here and move that forward onto the now path space.
I'm going to reveal another jungle for him.
Wonderful.
See if he has another machete or some other way of getting around that. Okay, it's now my turn. Since I am now not tied or in the lead, I'm going to play Guided Tour, which enables me to take 2 turns. So I'll roll the dice. And and I got nothing. Well, I might as well take that tile, turn it around so I've got a nicer path in front of me. On my second turn, oh, and I get 1 track point as well. On my second turn, I'm going to play a trample. I'm going to knock Steve back into the mud and then roll the dice. Yeah. Okay. 2 feet. I'm going to go for another. Try to get a little bit better than that. 3 feet. You know what? Okay, I'll take it. Go forward 1. This gets revealed and the orientation is chosen by Steve. Mud it is. All right. And now it's his turn.
Okay, I'm back in the mud. So once again, just rolling once. No, just 1. So I get nothing. I stand up. I get a tractile point. Might help me out later. I'm gonna look at my cards. I still gotta decide if there's anything I want to play. But at this point, I'm alright.
Okay. Got 2 feet there. I'm gonna go for a higher number than that. 4. I'm happy with that. So that takes me 1 forward. I get a card. Steve gets the card that is on the board here and also gets to choose the orientation of that tile. And he's putting more mud in front of me. All right. Over to Steve.
Two icons. I'm gonna push my luck. I don't really want a card at this point. Lots of them. 3 or no more icons. So I get another track point. And I'm sitting on a lot of cards, and they're not super useful to me. So I'm actually gonna turn in 2 machetes, and I'm gonna draw another card. Now my turn.
All right. I'm going to play Vine Swing. This gets me out of a tricky situation because if I roll those dice, I only get to throw them once because I'm in the mud. So I'm gonna kind of avoid that penalty by Vine Swinging forwards. We'll see what's in front of me. Not too bad. We've got a bridge, and beside me is a jungle. But I don't plan on going that way since there's a nice path in front of me, or a nice bridge in front of me. All right, then I still get to roll the dice. If I get 5 right here, I will win the game. I also do have 1 tractile point that I can add. So if I roll 4 successful feet, I can add my 1 more point there, and that finishes it. I got 3. You know what? When you have a chance to win, you gotta go for it. I did not succeed, but I get a track point. And it's over to Steve.
Well, that was close for me, so I'm going to play Trample. Bump her back. I can go anywhere in here except for that jungle space. I'm gonna throw her in the mud. Now I get my turn. 4. I'm gonna turn this in, spend 2 points here, so I go 3, 2, 1. Turn this into a 5. I'm gonna move 1 sideways. I'm in last, so I actually get to flip and reveal this one. Then I'm gonna go forward into the mud, which reveals this one as well for me. I'll put a path beside me as well, just in case I need that later. And I get a card. So we're catching up now.
All right. So since I'm in the mud, the only card I have right now is Trample, so that doesn't help me get out of it. So I have to just throw the dice, and I only get to roll them to 1 time. Whoops. We got 4. Wow, that was very lucky. Okay, so I go forward 1. Actually, I'm still face down because it's also mud, and I do get a card.
Hey. Well, I'm loaded with another Trample, so we'll just send her right back where she was.
Oh.
1 throw of the dice here. Nothing. I can reorient a tile if I wish. At this point, I don't think there's anything. I can't put any jungle in front, so I'm just going to take my point, stand myself up, and call it a turn.
All right, over to me. Well, you know, a little bit of payback there. I'm going to give him that trample and send him back into some more mud. I got 1 foot, and that's all I get because I am in the mud, so I stand up, and that's my turn.
Hey, I'm going to play Dash, which gets me out of this mud. I'm trying to decide which way I'm going to go. I think I'm just going to go forward onto this path, and then up from there, I can either go sideways, or if I have a machete still, I can go forward again. 3, let's just move sideways back into this mud.
Alright. I rolled 1. I'm technically in the mud, but because I already rolled the dice last time, I now get to roll the dice normally. Got 2 feet. We're gonna keep going. 4 feet. I'm gonna take that, and actually I'm going to add one of these track feet that I have here. So I go down to 1. This is now a 5. That moved me right to here, and I get a card.
Well, there's not a lot I can do at this point to slow her down there. I don't have any more bumps or
Or you mean tramples?
tramples. I do have I have 3 there, so I'm just gonna move forward 1 out of the mud. Hope for the best on the next turn. Get to reveal this one just because we'll put a path.
Okay, and I have 2 cards that are not exceptionally helpful for me right now. The guided tour, which if I was not in the lead, that's great. Detour helps me get off of or onto a bridge. I'm going to discard those 2 cards to draw a card and see if that's any better. Shortcut, I swap my tile with a revealed tile while I'm on the last tile, so that one also doesn't help me. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get 3 feet. Well, I've got 2 feet, and I do have this 1 extra foot here, so I'm going to spend that foot. That gives me my 3. I move forward onto the canoe, and I am the winner.
Congratulations.
Woo.
Alright, that's a 2-player walkthrough of Jungle Dash. Same premise with more players, just obviously have more tokens on the board. So thanks for watching.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.